Hi everyone, welcome back to Yukikoi Melt, episode 31, where we just came out of a pretty big snowball fight and Kanon lost. So this was suggested by Taruhi as a way for Kanon to relieve her frustration and anger. The fact that she lost her pizza steam bun to a fox who was so fast that it got away. So, for some reason, Yuki decided to join the team with Taruhi and Miharu, and it was kind of a 3-1 match. So pretty much Kanon is alone, but then she knocked out Taruhi, and it became a 2 versus 1 battle. So now that Kanon lost and the winner is declared, they have to find Taruhi, who is still buried in the snow. So let's see what happens next. So Yuki brought Shizuri and Usagi to help out with finding where Taruhi is. And I think she's buried so deep in the snow that they need extra help. But anyways, so Shizuri's like, so at least they can hear where Taruhi is buried. So after a long and desperate search, Himegiri Taruhi was found buried deep beneath the snow. Well, I'm sure it's obvious. So Shizuri-san and Prez joined us as we all collectively nursed her back to life.
雪ってすごいね。冷たいんだけど、ずっと触ってるとあったかく感じるんだよ。不思議だよね。
So after being buried in the snow for this long, I'm sure Taruhi is out of mind and unconscious. Hey, you're scaring me, Himegiri.
もう、タルちゃんったら、いくら冬が好きでも無茶しすぎでしょ?
But other people still think that Taruhi likes winter.
懐かしいな。私も雪の中に穴を掘って冷凍マンモスごっこなどと言いながら半日ほど埋まって過ごしたものだ。
And this is not something to be proud of. It's like, oh, it reminds me of the time when I pretended to be buried like a mammoth that's been preserved for centuries. Hey, are you kidding me? So, you could have died. So, deep in Shizuri-san's warm embrace, Himegiri continues to giggle humorlessly. So, as a fellow winter hater, the mere thought of being trapped in the snow makes my heart freeze in terror.
ところでカノカノ、まだ雪合戦の罰ゲームが終わってない。
So, by the way, Kano, so do you remember what the conditions were if we won?
やっぱりやらなくちゃダメですか?
So, I have to do it?
当然。そもそもそっちが言い出したことだし。
And more importantly, they made a deal before the game started. So Kanon suggests that, okay, the person who loses gets snow in their pants. And then Yuki's like, well, if we win, then you get the snow in your pants. And that's what's going to happen next. So maybe Kanon should have thought of a better condition if they lost.
罰ゲームとは何だい?
But then again, Kanon was so enraged that Yuki decided to team up with Taruhi and Miharu and create an unfair advantage.
雪合戦で負けた側はパンツの中に雪を入れるっていう勝負をして、私負けちゃったんです。
へえ、カノンくんが負けるとは。よかったら詳しく聞かせてもらえるかな。
But you know, it's kind of rare for Kanon to lose. So, were you always the undefeated? So he began telling Prez about how our snowball fight played out, how Kanon was unexpectedly strong, and how it was Yuki's wits that netted us the victory. Well, more like Yuki using her technique to find a way to turn all of Kanon's attacks back against her. And the one thing that Yuki did was she set a trap. So get Kanon close to a tree and then have Miharu be the distraction. And then Yuki would shake the tree from another angle and cause all the snow to fall down. So hearing it all, Prez twirls her scarf around her fingers and lets out a high-pitched laugh.
それは傑作傑作。確かに油断大敵。一つ学んだね、カノンくん。
So maybe you need to be more careful next time, Kanon.
とりあえずこっちは3人だから、みんなで1回ずつ雪を入れるってことで。
Uh-oh.
3回も入れられるんですか、私。
So because our team has 3 people, we get to throw 3 snowballs into you.
私はいいよ。全然役に立たなかったし。っていうか雪触りたくない。
But still, so Taruhi is or was part of the team, so she still gets the privilege to do so. So I'll pass. So Yuki, who ultimately defeated Kanon, so I think she should do it. Well, I also don't want to touch any more snow right now. So my hands are cold from my failed attempt at creating the counterattack.
じゃあユキはメグリンに譲ろう。
Okay, so I'll have Megarine do it then.
私にじゃあ
Well then... Huh? So wait, why are you looking at me? So it looks like Taruhi's going to pass the privilege to Miharu again.
全員でも構いませんよ。私は覚悟できました。3人で1回ずつ入れてください。
So fine, I'll take it. I'll take all 3 because all of you were on the same team and I was prepared for this.
カノンちゃん？
Really?
のんちゃん、そんなに無理しなくてもいいんだよ。しずり先輩のフォローは嬉しいです。けど、やっぱり入れてください。
But I lost and I have to fulfill the promise that I made with Yuki in the beginning, so I can't back out or chicken out.
もし私が勝っていたら、全員のパンツに雪を入れていたと思います。だから、私も3人分の罰を受けるべきなんです。
So Kanon takes off her coat and begins fiddling with her skirt.
潔しだね。それでこそだよ、カノンくん。
So you might be okay, but this is wrong on so many levels. Well, I mean, I'm a man.
大丈夫です。男子に雪を入れられるくらいの野良犬にでも噛まれたと思えば。
Okay?
もう、だから無理しなくてもいいのに。大丈夫、ノープロブレム。よく考えたら私だってミハル先輩のパンツに雪を入れることになってたかもなんですよ。
Yeah, well, I guess you would have. So did she not consider what would happen if she won? Well, I suppose we hadn't either. More like, did you consider what happens if she lost? Well, in any case, it looks like she's made up her mind to take the punishment like a tough cookie.
よっしゃー、何もかも私にぶつけてください。お願いします。
Okay, so bring it on. So give me everything you got, and I'm ready.
かのは頑固なところがあるから、こうなったら聞かない。一思いにやってあげるべきかと。
But you know,
大丈夫だ。老いたかそうでないかは冬部部長、この稲葉うさぎが判断つかまつる。岡崎くんに粗相があった場合は背中に雪詰めの刑に処そう。
So it is a penalty, but I'm at risk of receiving a penalty myself. That's insane.
いざ雪込め。よーい。
Okay, so stop blabbering and get to work. So you gotta serve Kanon her punishment. Otherwise, Miharu, Yuki, and Taruhi will be at fault for failing to fulfill their commitment. Really? And so the events proceed with everyone ignoring my opinion as usual. Okay, so I'm actually going to skip the punishment scene for Kanon because there's quite a bit of inappropriateness going on. And obviously, we shouldn't hear Kanon and her whining and screaming because it can be interpreted in the wrong ways. So I'm just going to go ahead and skip that, and I'll be back. So hold on for a minute. Okay, so I'm back. So I just got past the punishment scene, and to make it worse, it looks like Yuki took a picture of the event, and well, I'm sure Yuki saves her pictures, so it's gonna be some embarrassment for Kanon for many years to come. So anyways, now that's all done with, Taruhi's asking Kanon if she's okay. So Kanon says,
大丈夫です。
I'm okay. So Kanon walks in short and awkward steps, unlike, or kind of like a penguin. Well, I don't even want to imagine how cold she is. Well, I'm so glad we didn't lose.
どうやら今日の雪合戦は楽しそうだ。これから私たちも賛成してみんなでやるとしよう。
Okay, so how about another one? And this time with me and Shizuri in the loop. Wait, so what kind of monster are you? I'm over this.
でも部長、私パンツの中に雪が入れるとこ見てましたよね。
Well, maybe next time because I have to deal with this.
つまりこうすればいいのかい？
So you want me to add more? So Prez grabs some snow and pulls her skirt up. Oh, so, well, I'll try to feel the same pain that you're experiencing. So we're pretty much in the same boat. How's that? And then our esteemed leader shoves snow into her own pants. There you go. So I don't really know what's the purpose of Usagi doing the same thing. But then again, Usagi is often weird, and there are only a few times where she's normal. Yep, the usual Prez.
なんてクレイジーな。でも、うさうさのそういうとこ素敵。
And for some reason, that gets Yuki all excited. Wow! So, that makes you special.
さあ、これで私もカノン君と同じ条件。ハンデなしだ。
Okay. Well, definitely not in the same position as far as sanity is concerned. So.
なるほど。これは冬と一体化したようで心地よくもあるな。
なんて人ですかあなたは。悔しい。でもかっこいい。
But at least it gets kind of happy. It's like, well, someone's going to feel how bad it is for me. So.
さて、雪合戦を始めるとしよう。
Okay.
私は問題なく参加できるぞ。
So now we're even. How about a snowball fight? Yes? No? Maybe?
やります。私だって問題なく参加します。こっちも冬と言いたかしてますし。もうさ先輩、対抗するカノンちゃんもカノンちゃんだよ。
Well, I do feel that Usagi really wants that snowball fight, and Kanon mentions her concerns, and Usagi tries to find a way to fulfill that concern. Well, it'd be one thing if they are children, but they're supposed to be responsible young adult women, beautiful ones too, demanding on your perspective. But for me, both their face and proportions leave little to complain about. And yet, they want to have a snowball fight with snow in their underwear, which makes no sense. Well, we, the only ones with common sense here, just stare at them in exasperation, no longer caring about the outcome. Well, come on, so you're barely even walking normally.
恥ずかしながらこの烈風時戦力 90% ダウンの模様です。
So basically, it's making it hard for me to participate or play in the snowball fight.
つきましてはご助力を何卒ご助力を先輩。
Please help me! Okay, fine. So we're not going to do any more penalties then. So I ended up being pulled into a more ridiculous nonsense by the most unique group of girls in existence, and yet, for whatever reason, my lips, curl up into a smile. Okay, I'll join you. And since when did I start participating in a silly game without overthinking the relationship between all the participants? And now that I think about it, I've been doing my best to avoid these kinds of activities my whole life, so I have no memories of anything like this. And plus, I still hate the cold, but the part of me actually finds some of this appealing, well, except for the penalties, of course. Okay, so after that, they're back in the dormitory, and it looks like Miharu's going to have a nice bath. So we had a light dinner since nobody could muster much of an appetite after yesterday's hot pot from hell. So Kanon's super duper spicy special hot pot. Well, that said, I didn't expect to run into this kind of situation. So the surprise snowball fight. Well, my room is close to the main bath, and the girls must have left the window open because I could hear their voices. So let's see what they're talking about.
おお、部長さすがです。そんな体の洗い方があったなんて勉強になります。いや参考にしちゃいけないよ。これきっと参考にしちゃダメなやつだよ。
何を言う。これは古くは戦前の書物にも残されている由緒正しい股洗い。
もうちゃん、洗うか飛ばすか寝転ぶか喋るか一つにしないと。うさうさ、
So just what are they doing in there? I think so, nothing more than new techniques to wash properly. Nothing exciting, just moving on. Well, sounds like they're having fun. Oh well, whatever. Well, I start feeling like I'm eavesdropping and decide to close my window. So okay, no more of listening to those talk. But I definitely don't mind this vibe. So there's just something special about women. And this place feels like a different world than the smelly boys' dormitory that I came from. And they said this place was called the Winter Lodge, but for some reason it's filled with the scent of flowers, well, maybe soap, seeping from its floor and walls. Well, in any case, it doesn't smell like deodorant and spray at least. Well, I wasn't sure if things were going to work out okay, but... So, as long as I follow the rules, even a man can lead a fulfilling life in this paradise of women, it would seem. And that said, it's only been a couple of days so far. Well, that's right. So it hasn't even been a week since I moved in. And I'm surprised so little time has passed. And does that stand testament to how well I fit with them? Well, I'm sure it's yes. Because so far, the girls are all happy, all inviting for Miharu, and they try to get him to participate in everything that they have. So, pretty much, I fit in with the Winter Club. Well, I wonder how Himeguri feels. She's been in the club far longer than me. And I know thinking about it won't get me anywhere, but I'm still curious. Oh, so Himeguri. So what's going on? So as I leave my room to cool off after my bath, I run into Himeguri lying on the sofa. Well, I don't know if she's there after her bath or simply exhausted, but an aura of lethargy is emanating from her. Well, so you should sleep in your own room,
涼んでたんだけど、ぼーっとしてるうちに考え事して、気づいたら横になっちゃってた。
Really? Well, you're going to catch a cold if you don't blow dry your hair.
自然乾燥派なのです。
Well, I think it's better if I air dry it. So, you're still half asleep, aren't you?
はーい。
Yes? Yep. Oh. So it's better not to talk to Himeguri, Taruhi? So talking about being careless, I can almost catch a glimpse of her breasts. Well, actually, they're larger than I thought. No, I shouldn't be thinking about this. But I can't let it show on my face at least. So, what are you thinking about?
みんな自分を出して楽しそうだなーって。
So, the fact that everyone's having fun. Okay? Well, I already figured she might be bothered by that. So, I doubt any of them are doing it as a conscious lifestyle choice. So more like everyone can be natural, being their usual self, compared to Taruhi. Okay, so you prefer like that?
そりゃ当然だよ。岡崎くんもそうでしょ?
Yeah, so same with you, Okazaki-kun. Well, if I had to pick, I guess it's easier to enjoy things when you're being yourself. Well, that's obviously true, and that's how it is naturally. So it takes more effort to force yourself to be someone else.
でしょ
right? But I wish she stopped showing me that lonely expression right now. So, do you really... Okay, so if you really think so, why don't you try being honest with yourself, too?
それができたらね
So, I do see that you like to pretend that you're better than you really are, and you mentioned other people being normal, all relaxed, all carefree, but it doesn't seem to happen to you, so... Well, you can try. Well, I guarantee it's going to be more fun that way.
岡崎くん
But Okazaki-kun? So what the hell am I saying? Himeguri's staring at me in shock.
ねえ岡崎くん
So what's the problem now?
協力してくれる
So will you help me? You can see her ears drooping down, so it looks like there is something up with Taruhi. Well, I don't even need to ask what she needs help with. So, as her winter club tradition, I leave the topic of the conversation. Let's see. Unsaid and simply answer. Okay, sure, of course. So, what does Taruhi need help on? So, a slightly drowsy smile faces Himeguri's lips in response to my reply. Okay, so what's happening now? Next day. So when I go downstairs next morning, I find Himeguri brushing her teeth at the sink. Her expression, let's see, contorts, evidently unable to choose whether to continue brushing her teeth or greet me. I gesture her to just relax as I line up next to her. So I wash my face and begin brushing my teeth. Okay, brush, brush, brush. Okay. So I finished first, despite having started later. I'm pretty sure I took my time to brush properly though. So it can be interpreted as Miharu doing a quick job brushing his teeth just to be done with it. And so you sure brush your teeth for a long time, Himeguri. So how does Himeguri and Taruhi compare to other girls when they brush their teeth? Wait. So you can tell me all about it after you're done. So just finish brushing your teeth and then we can talk. Come on. What? So what's wrong, Himeguri? So Himeguri suddenly approaches me, grabs me by the shoulders, and turns me around. Wait, what's going on? So right after that, I hear the gurgling sound of Himeguri rinsing her mouth. And one of her hands is still pushing my shoulder, which I suppose means I should not turn around. Okay, now it's good. Okay, so what was that about? So I ask as I turn around to Himeguri, who is wiping her mouth with a towel.
ごめんねなんか
So I think it's like, well, I look ugly when I'm rinsing the toothpaste from my mouth, so it's best if nobody looks at me while I'm rinsing, and then when you see me, I'm all freshened up and ready to go. So what?
だって口の中から何かを出すところを他の人に見られるのってなんかね
There you go. Oh yeah, so if you say so, so you got a rich imagination, Himeguri.
褒めてない匂いがします。
Hey, come on, that's not something good to say. Well, if it goes like this, so you're always so in touch with what everyone else is thinking. Or should I say, too sensitive.
もうしょうがないでしょ。恥ずかしいものは恥ずかしいんだから。
Okay, so it's embarrassing. Well, I guess that's true.
あと恥ずかしいついでに言っちゃうけど、ゆうべは
So what happened?
なんか変な感じでごめん。
I'm sorry, I went too fast. So what do you mean?
それはだからなんていうか、なんか私寝ぼけて喋ってたじゃない？
So when you found me at the upstairs loft, I was all spaced out, all passed out, and that's not really a good image of me. So you looked very sleepy. Yeah, so your voice was kind of mumbly too.
だからだよ。
Well, I see. So I didn't even think of anything of it until she brought it up to my attention. Well, like I said, don't worry about it. Well, I guess it is too much to ask.
無理。私あんな緩み切った感じで。
So in a sense, it's making me look bad. It's like I'm a pretty messy girl who can be improper at times. So somewhere in my mind, I'd already imagined her to be that kind of girl during her downtime, though. So while everyone is finished with taking a bath and just lounging around, almost time for bed, and it is kind of like a home in a sense. But her face would probably catch a fire if I said that.
なんか思い出せば出すほどどんどん恥ずかしくなってくるよ。
So the more I talk about it, the more embarrassing it gets.
私なんであんなふにゃふにゃぷーなところ見せちゃったのかな。
And why do I have to show you that? Now... Oh, come on. So what? So in a poop state? Is that what is even supposed to mean? And if Miharu wants to make Taruhi feel better, you shouldn't be laughing like, oh, ha, 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 yo. So what do you mean? In a pretty sad state? Well, is there something your little sister say?
そうだよ。分かってるなら笑わないでよ。
Well, come on. So if you know about this, then don't laugh at me. I'm already feeling uncomfortable about this. And Miharu can't stop.
岡崎くん。
Come on, Okazaki-kun. You can't even stop.
もうわざとだよね。からかってるよね。わかるんだよ。
Wait a minute. Now I realize this. You're teasing me. You're making fun of me, right? I'm sorry about that. That was just one good morning laugh. Okay, so it woke me up better than a cup of coffee.
私は岡崎くんの目覚まし時計じゃないんだよ。
Oh, so making fun of me wakes you up, right? Well, couldn't you have come up with a less pooped response? So you're taking it too seriously, you're getting angry. So she punches my arms in protest, but her little fist just bounces off of me and makes her look more endearing. And at the wrong time, the teacher is here. Okay, what's her problem now?
なんか降りてきたところでいきなり気持ち悪くなってさ。何？なんかラブがこめってることでもあったとか。うい。
Okay.
ああ、もう先生、お手洗い行こうね。
And once again, looks like the teacher's drunk again. Okay, so it looks like you need to go to the restroom, so let's do that first.
ジムで何？やっぱラブがコメしてたの？先生怒るよ。
She's done.
もう喋らないで。お口して。
So I gotta get you to the restroom before you start puking all over the common areas. So it must be tough being you, Himeguri. So I see the two off before focusing on getting on with my own day. Ah, jeez.
あ、岡崎くん、あの後大丈夫だった？
Okay, so now after they got the teacher all fixed up, well, at least get her to just rest up and not panic over everything. Let's see what happens next. So, yeah, no problems on my end. And you?
まあ、なんとか。にゃははは。
So the good thing is that I was able to get the teacher to calm down. So her laugh clearly indicates that she's used to this kind of thing. It's like, well, it happens all the time. And the fact that she's changing to her uniform too further proves that this is just her usual routine. Oh, so what about the other people?
先生はお風呂。カノンちゃんはユキちゃんと一緒に裏庭でジャンプ台作るとか言ってた。
Okay. I see. So I've already seen Shizuri-san preparing breakfast in the kitchen, and Prez is reading a newspaper in the kotatsu. But before greeting the seniors, I want to... So what's your plan exactly, Himeguri? So, your request from yesterday.
あれは半分寝ぼけてたし、頑張るぞって決意表明みたいなもので。
Well, I don't expect Taruhi to recall what happened when she was half asleep when she was reciting all that stuff. So I ignore her attempt to make me forget about it. Okay, so try to think of something, and if you get nothing, so I'll help you bring it back up. Brainstorm.
一緒に？
You would? Oh yeah, for sure.
いいの？
Well, I mean, I imagine you already tried this multiple times already. But nothing has changed, so you probably need some more ideas to help you move forward, right?
違うの。私、相談に乗って欲しかっただけで、一緒になんてことまでは。
Well, I thought you wanted to tell everyone that you don't like winter as much as they think, but you still want to overcome your hatred of the cold and enjoy the club together while being yourself. Or am I totally misunderstanding what you want? So, as someone who's not interested in winter either, I thought you wanted my assistance to pull that off.
冬を克服？
Really? So overcome the cold? Or more like overcome the confidence? So Himeguri's lips curl up slightly as I tried to confirm her intentions.
違わなくない。そう。
Well, it's not really like that. but
そうだよね。みんなに冬嫌いを告白するだけで頭の中いっぱいになってたけど、そうだよね。みんなと一緒に楽しむためには冬の克服も必要だね。
yep. Wait, so you didn't realize this?
冬嫌いを告白したらとりあえず一段落つくと思ってた。
Okay. But that's just not, or like a new beginning. So what do you really want? So what comes after that? Isn't it?
そうだね。大事なこと忘れてた。
So you already got really forgetful when you were panicking.
もう許してよ。結構いっぱいいっぱいなんだよ。
Oh yeah, that's right. So, sorry.
じゃあさあ、協力
So, will you help me with this? So isn't that what I've been saying for the whole time? So I was offering it to you just a few minutes ago.
岡崎くん、
So what?
私のことなのに世話かけてごめんね。
Well, it might have been bad that I asked you because this is my own personal problem to have to deal with. Oh, don't worry about it. I mean, we're the birds of the feather, right?
頼りにしてます。
Okay? Well, in any case, we gotta start with the confession.
だね。まずはスタートラインに立たなきゃ。
So, we smile at each other. And I wonder if this kind of thing would upset our home teacher's stomach as well. So putting those thoughts aside, I turn to the seniors in the living room.
おはようございます。
So hello, seniors.
ちょっといいですか？
Okay, so looks like Taruhi's about to ask for some ideas. I'm not sure it's from Miharu or from Shizuri and Usagi. But anyways, I'm going to stop it for this episode, and we'll see how the Taruhi portion of the common route fares. So it looks like we just got out of the Kanon portion, and I feel that the Taruhi portion might be a little bit more complicated because we're dealing with personal feelings, and it might tie into Pure Girl a little bit. So Taruhi has this one fear and hatred, and she's afraid of letting everyone know about it because it might destroy the nature, the environment, the culture, the atmosphere of the Winter Club. The fact that Taruhi also hates the winter. And being someone who also hates the winter, I'm sure Taruhi trusts Miharu in helping her find the best chance to reveal the truth to everyone. And I do think that there might be a teacher Yuka section in the common route before we get to the end where it's time for us to pick which character you want on the individual character route. But that's far in the future, and with that in mind, I'll see you in the next episode.